Are we live? Oh my gosh. Are we live tonight? Are you guys live? Boy, what a weekend. How lively is this bunch? Like, just lily padding from live to live. It was such a pleasure to see Prairie Girl Rocks live today. And also, Katie did Rocks doing the awesome fundraising over on her live and that wonderful video. And so, wow, we are just all full of life. This gang, this community is just so powerful and lovely. And so, really quick, 5 by 5. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing you? Is everybody copacetic? Did you have a good weekend? Are you wearing pants? If so, what color? Feel free to answer any of those questions, any and all questions. Femme Mechanique Designs is in the house. It's good to see you, Kate. Katie did rocks is here. The women of the evening. Very very good job over there. Lisa's in the house. Ken is here. Good to see you guys. Allison W. And we are ready. Are you ready to rock? I got some. So let's do that thing. Uh, Welcome in, Allison. Prairie Girl Rocks is also here, and that Opal guy is here, and Sandmaker Randy is here. Good to see you. It seemed like you were right in some of your maneuvers in the comments a little bit earlier, but I was kind of blurring back and forth from all this stuff that has been going on today. And so, Rocky Mountain Bears here. Good to see you. And the boot, the spicy one, is here in the house as well. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. Kate, I can only imagine that this has been one super busy day, but it looked like it was so successful. So many people had pitched in for your fabulous charity, and then so many people were there doing the auction live. So that was just so heartwarming and fabulous. So many beautiful rocks, says Allison. Um, and Chris says 5 by 5. Thank you so much for that. Kid Curry is asking, am I in a cult? I don't know. Is Colt in the house? We can ask him. Let's see. We got khaki pants on Femme Mécanique. Excellent. And we've got sleepy pants, blue fleece sleepy pants on that Opal guy. Boy, that sounds good. I'm gonna be diving into some fleecies myself, I think, when comes the time, because whew, and it's the good old blue jeans on Tomcat Josh over there. Hey buddy, you're gonna have to show us some of the scores that you got from Richardson's. Very interesting, or interested and interesting, and would love to see those. So let us know when that's going to be. So many beautiful rock people, says Allison. Isn't that the truth? And we're all here for the cult, says Chris. Isn't that so true? Oh my goodness. Oh my. Okay, everybody, group uh well wishes and prayers to Lisa, who has a headache from having 6 spider bites on her arm. Oh my goodness. Dear heart, the spiders are not supposed to chew on you thusly. I'm so sorry. So I wish you the very quickest of healings. That's kind of scary. I so don't like when they chew on me or you or anyone for that matter. Bear check. Okay. I was like, is Bear check in the shorts? But I like blended two comments together. Allison is wearing shorts. Oh, and here's a tasty tidbit of news from Kate. The auction will continue Monday at 5 Mountain. Wow. I have a lot of energy. Um, and what should we chant, kid, right? Boy, I don't know how slap happy some of you guys get when you're, I think on the decay side of the peak, and you just start well, that's me anyway. Hey, I would also like to take a moment right now to thank everybody who came to the live on Friday night here at the Ozone, and we had that brainstorm. That was such a good time, and I'm so glad that you guys were all here to have that good time with us. As Allison said earlier in her live, it really did feel like sitting around the campfire and having some of those where the conversations kind of get to meander down interesting paths and being creative and all that good stuff. And so, thank you, all of you that were on the panel. I wish to thank you so much for that, and all of you that were able to hang out here in the chat. And Ken's wearing Florida Man Sunday staying in shorts. Yeah, the holy shorts, the Sunday shorts. That's great. Oh, and another live that I wish to just totally geek over publicly is the one that Liz and Charlie did from Thailand. Those of you who got to catch that, oh my goodness, wasn't that the best time? Was so surreal and amazing to be talking to those guys in real time, halfway across the planet, and doing gem shopping. You lucky lady, Lisa. Ooh, and so that was a good time. So I hope that you guys are going to have a chance to uh, go ahead and recap on Allison's live if you didn't, Kate's live if you didn't, and definitely be there on Monday for the part deux. And then go check out Liz and Charlie's. I'm not sure if it's available yet. It might have gone straight into the Patreon or special side of their channel, and it would be worth going and getting. Just jump on in there. And yeah, you're welcome, Rocky. That was awesome. And Manny and Allison and Rufo Tris, like everybody can, you guys were just amazing. And that was just such a good time. And Melissa, of course, super duper 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 fun. All right. And so for tonight, I thought we would, we can continue the conversation about the wild and wacky things that happen in the creative mind. I've got some gem gazing to do, and we can kind of peruse some of the stuff that I've been working on at the same time. During my period of trying to recover from whatever whopper doodle of a illness I got, you can still hear it in my nose. It's just nuts. I did put my fine jewelry on the shelf, not wanting to ruin any gems, not wanting to do a mistake on a really, really important piece of jewelry. So I don't know, like, here's a question for you guys. Do you have in your creative realm, be it lapidary or metal smithing, or if you paint or whatever creative thing that you do you have the side where it's like, okay, this is super important and I got to do it right? And then do you have the fun side where you afford yourself like just kind of experimenting and going bonkers and berserk and just hammering things or setting things on fire and all that kind of stuff? I guess that wouldn't be quite as appropriate for painting unless you're an encaustic artist, whereas then go ahead and set your work on fire and that sort of thing. But yeah, I've got the two sides. Like they go along kind of like with the two sides of the brain. And oh, thank you. Chris is talking about that fun Friday night, bestest night ever. Smiled the whole time, loved it. I don't think anybody wasn't smiling that whole time. That was so amazing. And Blind Squirrel Rocks says, fantastic campfire gathering. We'll bring marshmallows for the next one. And we will indeed do a next one. There has to be. There were two more spots in our Brady Bunch cube, and also it was just such a neat time that we're definitely going to have to do way more of that. And thank you for reminding me on this one, that Opal guy, Kyle, like actually Kyle uploaded a handful of videos, I think between today and yesterday. And so go definitely check those out. The Fire Opal video is, or rather, I'm sorry, the Fire Obsidian, since he's the Wizard of Ob, video was spectacularly cool to watch, especially given that he wasn't just working his wheels, but he also worked on the Fordham and brought the Nova tools in. And that's kind of a treat to see some of the different troubleshooting situations that you might have and how you can fix it. And so that was a really, really good video. Thank you for reminding on that. And let's see. Allison says that she was smiling until her face hurt. And was that because of the danger kitty that your face was hurting? Because there was smiles until that happened for sure. Oh my goodness. And let's see, kind of have an improv jam mode, then there also the focused work mode. Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes you can just like let the thing happen, and it's not like anything is precious or that it has to work. And I do think we touched upon this a little bit in our discussion, where failure should be an option when you're trying to move forward with your creativity. And I think that that's kind of where my play body of work goes. You know, it's purely for fun and for working out some of the problems that I have in my head, that just the experimenting and troubleshooting and failing forward and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, absolutely, Manny. And it looks like Mademoiselle Jess is in the house, and she has a question for all the wise here in the forum today. Does anyone have tips for starting a local rock and mineral society or club? And so I personally don't so much, but I have heard folks talk about it, and I bet you people are about to chime in on the chat there. So keep an eyeball on that. But I do know that people have sort of started like something akin to that just by having a group of friends do either like a coffee shop visit, or they might, if you've got a library that has rooms that you're allowed to do meetings in, then you can call a meeting at like a library or a cool kind of neutral spot like that, and start just bringing the people that are interested in it together. And you could always put like a bulletin out on Facebook or on, any of the places where you see your rock community hanging out. Like, is it YouTube? Is it Instagram? Where is your community? Or if you wanted it to be more local, figure out how to get the word out on the local scene. If there's like a local rock shop that might put up a flyer or something like that. But I'm sure that there's all sorts of really good questions, or rather good answers to that question. And I hope that is helpful. And feel free to answer as much as you want to there in the chat. And Allison would love to know if anyone knows where she put her new Dremel bits. I can't stand when I do that to myself. Boy, they're probably hanging out with some of mine somewhere in your house. I don't know. And here we go. Kate says, Allison, look under your coat on the table, which is like, or in the pocket. Oh man, pockets. I end up hearing something in the laundry. I'm like, oh, that's where I put it. Okay. Uh, yeah, so like a part of the Berber carpet might have eaten them, says Ryan. Yeah, where would they be safe is another good, yeah, like the safe and the very important place that I love to squirrel stuff away. Blind Squirrel Rocks knows about that, right? And so before I forget, everyone, cheers to you all. I'm having some tasty tea, and I hope that you have prosperity and good drink to quaffen your Steinkern, everyone. Yeah, I think I need it closer. And thank you so much, all y'all, for being so giving of a community. Like, it always just blows me away how super awesome everybody is. It's just so cool. And let's see. Let he who is without sin shape the first stone. That Opal guy. Yeah, right. We're not, nobody around here really wants to throw stones, because we value them. And so, yeah, I'll keep my stones and shape them instead. Thank you for that Opal guy. And Jackie is here in the house. And what have you got to say? I would think that the AmFed website would have good info. All right. Thank you so much for that. And uh, you know, Mademoiselle, I think a lot of things faded out in the last few years. Like COVID put the kibosh on a lot of stuff. And so it's time to reignite people. So you might have to do a little bit of looking around for folks that are still kind of hiding out. But I'll bet you there, if you've got a hunger, there's probably other folks that have a hunger out there too. I'm rooting for you. I think this whole crowd here is rooting for you as well. And somebody really needed to know if Allison got her new coffee maker. Oh, it was Chris. Yes. And she did. That's a serious situation when there's not a coffee maker in the house. And oh, that's a good thing to. Okay, so anybody who might be in the Joshua Tree area, um, this is what's going on. She's looking to put some folks together for a club. I mean, if I lived all the way down there, I'd be interested in hanging out with you. So if you are in the Joshua Tree or greater SoCali area like that, then perhaps you can throw out some hooks and lines there, Mademoiselle. And Jay Hick is in the house. Good to see you. And all right, here we go. Ken says ditto on the library. Put a notice up on the cork board if that's an option. And I know that a lot of coffee shops will let you put, like, they usually have like a community board where, you can put like the flyer that has all the little rip it, tabs on it. And so if you want people to email you or text you or whatever, you could always do that. I know that's kind of open, but that might be the way to do it. Don't know. And Kirk is here eating dinner, and here I am. It's only a burrito. Well, you know what? That burrito sounds really nice. To go with like some Torito wood or something like that. We could have some burrito wood. Um, and good luck, Mademoiselle. You know that we're all rooting for you. And let's see. Everybody's trying to help out with where Allison might have her burrs, and I do hope that you find it. And Sandmaker says, go to the local newspaper. They may want to do a local piece on you. Hey, that's a great idea. A lot of times that whole the human interest reporter side of the newspaper is always looking for things to make some stories on. So that's actually a really, really cool suggestion. I like that a lot. They used to come up the stairs to my gallery quite a bit, like, do you want to do another story, or do you have an artist that we can go interview? So I love that. Excellent. Check the freezer. Whole lot of burrs in there. Oh, I can't believe it. we all missed that joke. Good on you. I like that. All right. Yeah, small time newspapers, this or town, big town newspapers. I know that our town has like its entertainment newspaper, like specific, and so maybe hit up the entertainment newspaper. They might be looking for stories such as that as well. Cheryl, good to see you here in the house. And boy, like I have to say to everybody who, like, Ken and Lisa and Cheryl and all the folks that gave to Kate's beautiful auction. Cheryl, wow, like also one of Kyle's videos. So that's Soul Adventurist. One of Kyle's videos is on her bracelets, And so too did she make a wonderful appearance there on Kate's auction. Jess, you can also check with a local university to see if they have someone willing to be a guest speaker and set up an event. Then look for a place to host the event. Yeah, and a lot of community centers are more than willing to give you the space like that you don't have to pay for. As long as, you're kind of like a not for profit thing, then they're more than willing to schedule you up. And so awesome. Cheryl, you are special. And so therefore I hope deeply that you feel that way for sure. And so the crystal and gem and whatnot gazing that we're going to do tonight, here some of the eye candy will come from some of the stuff that I've been making, like I said, during the portion of time where I'm not doing like the fine jewelry. I do a lot of commission work, which is definitely fine. And what I mean by fine jewelry is like the expensive metals and the expensive stones, like the faceting and that sort of thing. And so opal, that zoot of stuff. And so that's where I start getting super nervous if I'm feeling it all off. I have to walk away. Like if my microscope is on and I'm doing a piece that has the microscope engaged, it might be too important for me to do if I'm like running at the nose and sneezing and doing all that kind of stuff. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so before we go on to eyes and candies and things like that, we have more questions in the chat, and I do love questions. So Todd over here is asking, how do I get a mirror polish on a cut agate? And that's interesting because our friend Melissa has also been working on doing some polishing. And so, first of all, it really has a lot to do with the tools that you have at your disposal, because there's a gazillion answers, but of course, one might be limited by the tools that they have available to them. So that's kind of where we start with that, and it's funny because Ken just plopped that up probably as I was speaking. We were having like the unagi moment. But that like I can't I can't emphasize enough how important it is to start correctly and then follow the steps in a manner that makes sense to achieve the polish finish. And what I mean by that is, before you can get a good finish, you have to have an even surface established, or else it won't polish either flat or domed, or even if you're doing a carving, that surface has to be smoothly flattened. Even if it's a curved surface, there it has to be fairly uniform in its curvature. If it's like bumpy or if it's porous or whatever, you're not going to get a very good polish. Now, agate's wonderfully hard, and it's typically not porous unless it's got inclusions like a moss agate would, or if you've got some fortification lines that have some druzy quartz in them or something like that, you might get some undercutting. But otherwise, agate is spectacular as far as how high a mirror polish you can pull up on it. But you got to make sure to get all of that preforming correct. And so if you're making a flat surface, it's got to be a flat surface. If it's domed, it's got to be a really, really well fashioned dome. And if it's a carving, then make sure it's not got pits and divots and weird places where you've made an uneven surface that's going to be difficult to polish. And so I think that like the devil's in the detail right at the very beginning, and then it gets easier from there. You set yourself up really good, and it's just gonna get easier on down the line. Whereas if you don't kind of clean up your project in the very beginning with the bigger, coarser grits of, say, like a diamond wheel or diamond burrs, or however it is that you're doing your polish, you know, you're never going to get it. You'll have to backtrack and backtrack and backtrack. And then it also like you don't want to go too gritty when you're doing your preform, because you can do some subsurface damage where it will be difficult to get rid of scratches. And so the art of polishing is to make scratches, and then the next step is getting rid of those scratches with littler scratches, and the next step is getting rid of those scratches with yet littler scratches until you have progressed up the line to what is, you know, visibly no scratches, and in some cases, you know, even under the microscope. And so, gosh, I hope that wasn't too long-winded for you guys. Um, and yes, Richardson's has some wonderful polishing equipment, and yet you don't necessarily have to dump a bunch of money on really seriously expensive equipment. You can get a good polish with an angle grinder, you know, one of those wet angle grinders. That's not very expensive, but you can get a nice polish with it. Flat lap, doing your, of course, you know, a wonderful cab king or something like that, you know, will get you there. But a lot of the people in our community right now are doing hand pieces with a rotary tool like a Fordham or a Dremel tool, which is absolutely great. And just all the same rules apply. You know, start with a really well fashioned preform, and then be patient and work up the grits from there, the, you know, how coarse to medium to fine. And I really like to use my jeweler's loop. Like it's usually not very far away from me. I'm sure like I could reach out my hand and put my hand on it. I'm constantly looping my stuff so that I can see, oh, you know what, those are deep enough that when I get to, you know, one of the higher grits, they're still going to be there. So I better clean those up now. And Awake Loner has stepped into the chat. Good to see you. And yeah, I think there's a lot of nods going on in the room right now, and it is absolutely attainable. And it is, there's few things that are quite as gratifying, even when you do finally get your really super nice shines on. And then of course there's a variety of different polishes at the very end for the different kinds of, you know, gemstones and minerals. And so when you get towards the end, like Agate loves diamond, but Sunstone loves cerium oxide. And what you're polishing it with, you know, is it going to be leather? Is it going to be Berber carpet? Is it going to be felt? You know, are you gonna use like a hard lap to get that? So there's such a big world, and yet you don't have to, no pun intended, recreate the wheel, because there's so much information out there, because people have been doing it for a really long time. We've got great technology already. And I love that everybody's just chiming in with their like super duper good suggestions. And so let's see. What I wanted to let you guys all know is that most of the stuff, well, no, I would say like 2/3 of the stuff that I'm going to be presenting this evening is over on the website, and that's how you will actually be able to get, you know, your mom's day gifts, if that's what you've come to do some shopping for. Like I have some, like everything is free shipping, and their stuff is pretty deeply discounted. So the prices are really good to get yourself a treat and or mom a treat. And what I will be doing is, if it doesn't appear on the website, then I'm going to be making a special link for you, but it'll still be through the website. Why is it through the website, Karen? because it's wonderful, secure checkout. You can use your PayPal or your card or however you want to pay, but the checkout is totally secure as far as being through my website. And so we don't have to worry about like a third party or anything like that. And it's pretty instantaneous. And so if it's not up there on the website, then I'll just go ahead and create the link for you to be able to get yours. And like I said, free shipping. And so that promo code is free, FREE in all caps. And let me pop up what the website is. And then I think that Melissa over there in your chat will also be able to provide links for some of this stuff. Trying to remember where I put this. Okay, so we have, this is my email if you need to contact me, if you're wondering about the website, or if the your product is on the website yet, your gift. And it is ozonefineart.com. So that's actually really easy to remember. You'll go to the store, you'll select your item or items, and you can put whatever little notes into the, there's like a little note page where you can let me know this important detail. What I told everybody on my last sale, and the same thing is going to go for true on this sale, is that anything that you guys order, I'm going to stuff some extra stuff in there that's like, you know, gifty, like 100% just stuff. And so say Ryan, who is, I thank you very much for your purchase, wanted agate. And so, okay, well, you know, I've got like plenty of agate. And so if you have a preference, then I would love to know what kinds of little goodies that I can also stick into your box. When I reference box and that free shipping, what I always do with my jewelry is I send it USPS. If it fits, it ships. And these will be the small parcel boxes. And so there's room. I like sending jewelry that way because it comes with its own insurance and tracking. And so it's, you know, the price is right. And I trust at least that mode. You know, so far so good. And you are, you're covered. Plus, like I said, it gives us extra room for activities. So much room for activities. And Tiger Eyes in the house, good to see you. And Todd is soaking up all this great advice. You know, this, like I said, this is a very generous group, not only with their, you know, charity and all that great stuff, but with ideas. And boy, you know, I'm not sure which is of more value, because there's a lot of really, really valuable uh, mental capability here in our chat. And so everybody, thanks so much for helping out as far as that's concerned. And so yeah, Melissa is going to be tossing links at you guys as we go along. I'm going to show you now. This is what it would look like if you guys went over to the shop and you were looking for you know, something that you wanted to gift. And so I'm thinking I can I make that bigger? And so like the Labradorite angle dangles there. I think I showed those last week, so I'm going to show some of the stuff that I didn't have a chance to, but you'll see, you'll probably get an eye full of everything. We'll try. And then you'll see stuff that, like, even if you watch my website, that you haven't seen yet, because there's stuff that's just happened. You can see that there are markdowns right now on those jewelry items, and then you get the free shipping. And so like, yeah, it's on sale and the shipping is free. And so woo, it's a good time to to jump on. And so let us go over here and we'll do this. Will we do this? We maybe can do, nope, it's not going to let me trade. So I'll get rid of this guy. And there's that. Okay, so let's see. I always have to play with that part. And so I've got the earrings up first because moms love earrings, and these guys all just happened, and I'm super excited. You know that that Theo, my shoulder devil, um, did talk me into getting a rolling mill. And what happens with the rolling mill is you can take stuff like hydrangea leaves. In the case of this pair of earrings, I did the hydrangea blossoms actually, and then I created the charms that are hanging down from them, and and so you get these incredible textures with the rolling mill. And so one of the things that I wanted to do that's going to help, I think, a lot is so those are 45, and there's sterling silver and copper. So all of the earring wires that you see are going to be sterling silver, and then the anything that's holding a stone is fine silver, and then we have sterling silver a lot of the time for the baubles, but I'll let y'all know as we go along. But I'm hoping that I can get us even a little bit closer. Yeah, you can kind of see the texture there. Like, isn't that just insane? I hope that you guys are seeing that. It's just a really, really cool texture. And so I've been playing with that, and they are patinaed with liver of sulfur. Actually, yeah, it's getting a, you can kind of see that from the underlining as well. These are independent. And so what's fun about these is that as they're dangling, they're going to move independently of each other. And so that's kind of fun. And these are effortlessly light. And so I'm going to be watching the chat also. If you guys have questions, toss them in. When I was checking the weights on these, I mean, they're less than a penny. And so that is so light. And oh, Joseph is here. And you're so sweet with, with your kind words there. And so what Melissa's got there is the link if you wanted to go check it out. And I'm actually gonna let me see if I can't pop this up really quick also, and show you guys the information that you'll find on the website is super helpful as far as like uh, bring that back up. So for instance, these are approximately 33 millimeters long, or 1.3 inches hanging from the earring hole, and they are 1.8 grams each, and a penny is 2.5 grams. So like I know a lot of you out there, when you're wearing a jewelry item, you of course are concerned whether or not it's going to pull on your ear and that sort of thing. And so I like, this is something that I'm really super conscious about. I like to be careful, and definitely make sure to have options where folks have like big bombastic earrings, and then earrings that are dainty, and everything in between. And so that little guy is a size reference, so you kind of can tell, given my hand could be ginormous like Theo's, or it could be dainty, or someplace in between. So those are those. Now, the entire top row of these earrings are just 45. And so that kind of also makes it easy. So if you're looking at stuff, you kind of can get a ahead of time understanding of like price point or whatever. These are tourmaline that I got from Kyle. And these are also on the website. and they are also, like I said, 45. I just wanted to go ahead and leave the copper so that, you know, the leaf pattern or the hydrangea blossom pattern is fully viewable. And so on this pair, you know, you get to enjoy that beautiful texture that's patinaed with the liver of sulfur, or as we were talking about last week, Viking farts. And then what we have down here are pink tourmalines and garnets. And so these are super fun because they're, again, some slightly longer dangles, and so they take up a little bit more beautiful landscape hanging from your ears if you've got long hair, you know, that sort of thing. I love big long dangles, and yet, like I said, they're really, really light. And so let me bring our I'm going to see if I can't just isolate that. I'm doing all this experimenting in real time with you guys to see how we see stuff best. So sterling silver, copper, pink tourmaline, and garnet. And here is the penny for reference. And it's all like, you know, hand cut, hand milled stuff. And so, you know, these are kind of one of a kind, never gonna be exactly the same ever again. I love running through like a certain kind of jewelry design and just trying variations on the theme and having a lot of fun with it. And then I might never do it again. So that's kind of the fun of those. I know I'm going to be making myself a pair of these. As soon as I saw the tourmalines that Kyle had on the live sale, I was like, I must have them, and this is, you know, the kind of thing that I had in mind. Um, Isn't Theo way bigger than he should be? Yes, I would totally agree. And thank you guys for the thumbs up. I really, really appreciate that always, of course. And I'm so happy, Tiger Eye, that you got your stuff. Yay! Thank you. Thank you, Tiger Eye. And so thank you, Melissa. It has the link up for the tourmaline, garnet, and hydrangea blossom dangles. And yes, they are 45, and that that includes your shipping. Yeah, cutting some serious deals there, huh, Ken? All right. Thank you for coming by, Kate. That was awesome of you to hang out for a little while. I know you got to be beat. And everybody, remember to go make sure to watch the replay of all of the wonderful things that went into the auction. And the auction will continue on Monday at 5, I believe, Mountain Time. And so, right? That Opal guy's like, I will take 9 pairs at $5 a piece. Oh yeah. And you know, I do drill some of the holes, Sandmaker. If you see, like, I don't think I have any of my Sunstone ones out on the board, but I wear some of the dangles, the swings, and I think I have 2 pairs of swings on the website right now, one with garnet and one with Sunstones. I do drill those. And so if I don't have chips that are pre-drilled, I will drill them myself. And so 1 millimeter diamond burr with lots of water is the way to do it. And, you know, slippery fingers. Okay. And so we're just working. Actually, I can do this to make things really easy also for you guys. And this is number 1. And I can actually also do this. So we're not going to see everybody all at the same time, but you know, I'll bring everybody close to us. That will be number 2, and then we're working on number 3 here. And this is tourmaline also, and peridot. And so we have sterling silver earring wires and wire, and the tourmalines are the ones on top, and of course the peridot is the one towards the bottom. And then these are hammered and milled, like kind of free form leaves that I did, that carry the texture of the hydrangea. See if I can get it close enough for you guys to see that. And then patinaed. And then, of course, we have like some really super fun hammering there as well. And again, these aren't even on the website. They're like super duper fresh off of the jewelry anvil. And one of the things that I love about doing a hammered earring and having it work hardened by the hammer is that oftentimes those of you who are metalsmiths, you get this beautiful bowed effect, like convex or concave effect to your metal, plus it is work hardened, all in one foul or many foul hammer strikes. And so that's what's going on with those guys. And so they have like a dappled front and back, as well as the hydrangea texture. I'm gonna try to show off that. See if I can get that. It's like I will figure out the lighting magic one of these days, but that does show off the tourmalines nicely. And let me show you the dappling on the back. I always like earrings that are interesting front and back, because especially if you've got your hair up, then you want you want the whole thing to be interesting. That's actually given us some nice texture there. And so again, these are 45, and no shipping cost. And like I said, when there's shape, they kind of add some really interesting sculpture. Straight dangles are nice too, but I love things that are shapely, and then they hang down from the ears and frame the face and are pretty that way. These are not on the website, Melissa. That is correct. And so those are going to be number 3. And if you claim number 3, I will make you a link to them. And of course, you can always stack, make a bundle, and I will further discount if you end up, getting more than say 2 things. Then we'll start like cutting the overall price down. I just finished these guys this afternoon while everybody was chatting. I'm in love with these so much. So this is pink tourmaline and garnet, and then the hammered leaves that are made from the hydrangea blossom texture in the mill, and then of course hammered to get further texture. And those are patinaed with the liver of sulfur, and again, super effortless. So all of these are probably weighing in at less than 2 grams a piece. And here's our penny for size reference again. But you can see these are longer now. And what's fabulous about that is, again, if you've got like long hair and want to rock some earrings that are gonna peek through and definitely make a statement, then these are a good jam. And this one's showing off, like, that's how cool the backside is. So they are textured on both side and patinaed. And so there's interesting stuff going on with them front and back. Let me take one off here and show you. There we go. Get that texture going, because the leaves, or rather the hydrangea blossoms, just were magnificently embossed on this particular pair. And if you haven't seen, hey Cynthia, good to see you. Somebody working with a rolling mill, I would be happy to do a demonstration for you all at some point. Um, with this particular technique, you put the hydrangea blossom in between two pieces of metal and you squeeze it through the rolling mill, and it does this magic of picking up on all of the detail from the the blossom or the leaf, or I think I showed you guys the pine cones that are about to become earrings as well. The pine cone impression. I thought I should probably cook up some petrified wood to hang with the pine cone. And so these guys are 45, and those will be number 4. And then down here, we got a chance to see these guys. From the last time, these are Graveyard Point agate. They are marcasite, so there's like little glitters inside. These are on the website as well, so we can check that out really quick. And of course, Melissa can also bring us a link. But yeah, these are these guys. And bring that up. And so these are the triangle dangles, and these are 55. That's sterling silver. And wonder if yep, I am able to do that. Cool. Sterling silver, and there's fine silver around the marcasite agate from Graveyard Point. We did mine this ourselves. It's got some really, really pretty play of color as far as the there's this rust kind of going through the blue, and so there's an interesting coolness to the blue that goes with the silver, and then this warmth of kind of a rust color that goes with the copper. So you have sterling silver, fine silver, and copper in these guys. And then the deets are on the website as far as they're about 1 3/4 inches hanging from the earring hole, and each earring weighing in right around what a copper penny weighs. And so I think that's kind of, like I said, I usually use that as my reference so that you can kind of figure out what that might feel like, so you can kind of heft a copper penny in your hand. And here's one now. And so you can see about how large these are. And I swear, in different lighting, like it looks like they've got like a little bit more of a pinky tone to that indigo. So like they're really pretty neat stones. I love those. If I could keep them all, I would. I have a hard time. And Ryan would need clip-on earrings. That can be achieved. You can get these like marvelous little clip-on adjustment thingies. If you felt, Ryan, that you needed to toss some earrings on. And so that triangle pair is actually, I can move this up a bit so that we can see that too. That would be number 5, although I am hiding the 4 on those tourmaline earrings. And so yes, we can just put that right there. And then the next pair up are the Labradorite earrings, and we did see those guys last time too. And so I'll kind of make it snappy. You can see it's just trying to shine at you, even with the light that we have in here. So these guys are textured copper and then sterling silver. The bezels are always fine silver that I use. So if you see set stones, then you know that's fine silver. Sterling silver is always what you get with the earring holes. And these guys are also on the website, and I believe they weigh in just about at the same weight as those triangle dangles. And then these guys, I forgot to mention about the triangle dangles and these guys, is that they are, you can kind of see the light shining through the backs of them. They are backless. And so the triangle dangles and these and most of the stones that I try to set with no backs. And so if the light catches them from behind, if you've got your hair in a ponytail or something like that, then you get like the double your pleasure of having, you know, this beautifully illuminated earring, which is something that is on the website that you can see. And so these guys are 55, and they are the Labradorite angle dangles, because it's fun to say. And then we have these guys over here. These are some like absolutely gorgeous crazy lace. And I carved, I did the lapidary for all of these guys, by the way. So I cut the triangles and mined the material. The Labradorite is from Theo, that I got a package from. I think I was just starting to get sick, and I did that busted out those cabochons, and then I had a chance to play while I was being sick. And then these guys, I want to say that Angie gifted me this crazy lace agate, and so I cut and carved the center slots for the sterling silver to be fed through the middle of these two dangles. And I mean, they're just, is the camera picking that up? They're so neatly detailed. I just love that. And then you've got a couple of obsidian, that they're hanging from, that are part of a regular post back that I always use. If you see posts on my work, they're always comfort back, and the earring posts are always sterling silver. And the details are with this pair of earrings over on the website. And these are the crazy lace and obsidian dangles, 65. And I think, I can't remember if they were 95 or 85. Like everything has been like, the prices have been slashed. So they want to go out into the world and hang from ears. They're not doing the gallery any good just hanging out here. Although I am preparing a body of work to go into a gallery, so I reckon they'll probably end up somewhere cool if somebody doesn't decide to jump. And you don't have to. You guys can totally hang out and talk about what kind of pants you're wearing. I mean, this is definitely a hangout. Don't worry. Like, gem gaze, ask questions about metalsmithing or rock polishing or anything that you guys have questions about, and enjoy. You know, it's definitely for the enjoyment, the gem gazing and all. And so these are some Tabasco agates. I almost said something else, that I got from the Kyle Saturday and Sunday live sales. And I just could not wait to make some cloth settings and set those bad boys. And so that's what they're dangling from. And then we have snowflake obsidian holding them to your ears with posts that are sterling silver. And the bezels themselves around those snowflake obsidian are fine silver, and then the bodies are sterling, and so are the earring hangers. And so those are some super spicy fun dangles, being Tabasco agates. And of course you got the hot of the Tabasco and the cool of snowflake obsidian. So some nice contrast there. And those guys are 65 as well, marked down. And Cheryl would like to thank everyone for wearing pants. And so a pair. Okay, so Sandmaker, thank you so much for keeping me honest. Let me see. Rosalind, oh, do I just claim number 6 for the Labradorite? Yes. And thank you so much, Rosie. I love that you're going to have these. Like, they are so much fun. This one, it like glows like more of an opal to me. Like, it's got almost that like color on color thing going on. And then there's like the rainbows happen a lot up at the top of this one, and then they're like otherwise this beautiful teal color. And like I said, they get backlit in such a neat way. So you're gonna love these. I'm so happy. Like, congratulations on that. They're going to be fabulous. And so I'll go ahead and put those to the side. And then, Rosie, you are welcome to go over. You can follow the link and just make your purchase. Add any notes if you want to hang out for a while and don't have to, you can make the purchase later if you feel like there might be multiples. And then you know, let me know in the little comment section if they're like, if you have a preference, like I would love to have some loose sunstones, or how about some like couple of beach rocks or something like that. And so let me know what your preference is for like those kinds of goodies. I'll let these hang out for a couple more seconds. And that's actually, I'm glad that we made a space, because I have one more pair of earrings. And so we have number 7 and number 8 there. And then we have the cat size. I love these ones too. Like I said, if I could keep them all, I would. And let me just say once again, thank you so much, Rosie and Joseph, for hanging out. And then thank you, Randy, for bringing my attention to the claim, because I'm just playing with the baubles, and I really appreciate you guys keeping me honest. All right. And let me kind of cruise down here to make sure I'm not missing anything else. And so the crazy lace were 85. I know this as I've looked at them many times. Oh, Tiger Eye, right? Yeah, and so those guys are hanging out at 65 right now with free shipping, which is like a pretty decent deal, if I do say so myself. I usually try to keep stuff on the low side anyway. And so it's hard for me to like say slash prices too low, because you can only imagine, if I actually polished those rocks and then I did all the metal smithing and all that kind of stuff, and then you consider what like even that price would be per hour. It all of a sudden it sounds a little ridiculous, not counting the cost of silver and all that kind of stuff that just decided to pop through the roof. And so I like the idea of the work going out into the world. So it doesn't pain me that much to cut the prices. It just means that I get to reinvest in more silver or more tools or whatever. So I really appreciate it. So the cat's eye quartz and hydrangea dangles here are 45, and like is mentioned, they are cat's eye quartz and they are backless, like some fun things are, like a nice evening gown can be. And so here is one. You can see the chatoyancy of the cat's eye quartz, maybe depending on if I can even hold this. Let me see if I can't get this into, yeah, you can see that, like it's I set the stone so that the chatoyancy would be on the horizontal. So you can kind of see it passing through the front of the stone, top to bottom, because that's how a cat's eye would be. And as I mentioned, they're milled with the hydrangea blossoms, so they have the texture and they're hammered, and that's what all those fun little polka dots are on the back. And then you can see that it is also a backless stone, so that if you're wearing your hair up, or if you've got like a nice cheeky bob, that these will just glow. So you've got glowing cat's eyes. So you can't beat that. And so let me bring the penny in so that you can see what this looks like as far as the scale goes. And there was the link was up there. Do those stones react to UV? I'm not entirely sure. I should have and her brain comes to a screeching halt. Let me see if I have my UVs. I'm not sure. Like I think that quartz might have like a mild glow, but I'm not entirely sure. I know you aren't on the rings yet, but can they be sized? And if so, how many sizes? Can they go up or down when you get there? They usually can size up by about a size. Sizing down a ring is pretty tricky depending on what stone, because you have to cut the band. And if you've got a heat reactive stone, then you may be better off making another kind of ring. But I can do those next, darling. We'll go there next. So at any rate, let me, while we're transitioning, I can also eyeball to see if I can find my UV light, because a light show is always a good time. Although I've got way too many lights going on too. Like that's why this is more washed out than I thought it was going to be. And let's see. I need to get hammered, but it's getting late. And almost cut my thumb off tonight on my DIY flat lap. Oh, please be careful, Mike. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's one thing about making your own tools is the safety precautions might not be there. Um, what were you thinking? It reminds me of Step Brothers, where why did you let us do it when they made the bunk bed? Oh dear. Okay, Cynthia wants to see number 3. I love these so much. I couldn't wait to make an ombre, like the color transition of the tourmaline. And so these are, like I said, they are tourmaline that I got from Kyle, and then the bottom stone is peridot. And so, they go from rich green through that kind of like tourmaline mid color to like bright, sassy peridot electricness. And they just felt so spring oriented. And I thought that, hanging the leaf dangles would kind of complete like the freshy, springy kind of vibe. And Cynthia, was there something that you wanted to see for particular? Oh, Cynthia, okay, claim them. Well, you can see them for particular firsthand then. Awesome. Thank you so much, Cynthia. You're going to love these. And like I said, I would have kept them. I probably will have to make myself a pair like them, because oh my gosh, I just love, they look so cool on. And those greens though. All right, just jotting down really quick that those are for you. Thank you so much. And you can go ahead and chill out and enjoy, just in case there's other stuff that you see that you need. And then at the end, just proceed to check out on the website. And if you need any help with that, let me pop this up really quick. We've got, this is the website. And so whenever you feel the urge, you can go there, go to the store, select your item, and then you can stack items before checkout. Use the checkout promo code free to make sure that you're not paying any shipping. And that would, like, I should caveat, like, that would be the shipping in the United States. I can't afford to, ship to Oz or to Canada for free. But I'd be like willing to do, say, like a half pricer on like the Canada one or something like that. I don't mind. All right. And so that's my email address. If you have any questions in particular over that, any of the deets there. So excited. Yay. And I love knowing where some of these, all right. Thank you so much, Rosie. I love knowing where some of these are going to go. And the light green of the peridot does work so good with the copper, right? I love, you guys already have seen my little palette boxes where I do color palettes of like all pinks or all blues or all greens. And then you start, bringing in your mixed metals or your other stones that want to play with them. And so that is always a super good time. Now, this stuff is going to exist over to the left. And so if you feel like you want to see an earring pair over again, as you're going. Oh, okay, so Rosie, did you want the cat's eyes or did you want the Labradorites? I think I pulled did I get that wrong? Maybe I did. Um, and I am having trouble going back in time too. Uh, so you can just let me know whichever it is, or if you would like them both. I should probably know that as well. So let's see. Yeah, I was going back up there and it looked like, yeah, those might have been for the squares. And so, oh, you're getting both. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm easy to confuse, but better to be clear than to, be all over the place. All right. Thank you so much. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so I'm going to go ahead and remove this really quick, and it'll just be hanging out over here if you miss it. And this is a great big piece of petrified wood that I think I shared at one point with you all, that good old Kirk shared with me. Like, gave it to me, and I was amazed. So the rings that I have, I've got some that were on the website, and then I've got some that do not exist on the website. And so these will, like the ones that aren't on the website, uh, I will have to create a link for you, and I would be happy to do so, of course. And so we will start off with, how about this guy? This is a fabulous, fabulous piece of thunder egg agate. And I know Kyle has talked about before, like, oh my gosh, you don't realize like that you've got fingerprints on stuff until you get it on camera. And so this is like super duper beautifully deep dark blue, and it is backless so that you can see through the stone, which is pretty exciting fortification. So it's like a thunder egg agate core, if you will. I'm trying to grab this. Let me see. If you guys don't mind me trying to blind you here, I'm going to try something. Yeah. Let's have a look at that. So you can see, like, oh man, it's such a cool. I had so much time, or so much fun uh doing the lapidary on this stone, because it just was one of those stones that just got better and better and better as it went along. And a lot of times when I do something like this, it goes into um a necklace, but then rings are for the wearer to enjoy, right? I mean, you can kind of see in this lighting, like, it's quite fetchingly blue. And so I wanted to do it in a ring so that the wearer could like play with it and check it out lots and lots and lots. Okay, so this guy, she grabs her ring mandrel. This is an 8. And so size 8. And so, like I said, it's potentially like hammerable on the ring mandrel, because this has got such a wide band. I would say there's the potential of making it a half size bigger. I wouldn't want to try to resize it a whole size bigger. I don't know that it has that to give. This, though, would be something I could make smaller, because agates are fairly resilient to heat. I think this would survive. And so this guy, I'm pretty sure I did make a card for it. So just a second here. Is it on the website? Asks Melissa, and I have to say no to that. This is actually one that I've had that somebody actually wanted to get, and they ended up not. And so it was 95, and that is not the price. And the new price on this guy is 65. So I'm going to write that down really quick for you. There. And it's going to be sitting up here. And I mean, like, that is quite a bit of silver. So it's a really nice kind of statementy ring, I would say. And so that is Thunder Egg Agate at 65. And I'll just perch it right there. And we'll keep on going. I'll take it. Okay, Mademoiselle. And Mademoiselle Jess, are you here? Yeah, you're down in the desert Joshua Tree. Okay, cool. So fabulous. It's yours. Let me just take that down then. Okay, Jackie, we're definitely gonna want to work on something. I might like actually. I might have one ring that might come close. Let me see. I'm just going to go ahead and tuck this away for Mademoiselle. And so what I'm going to need to do is, if you don't mind using my email address, and just if you'll email me, then that's it right there. Then I will email you the link that you'll need for being able to get this. It'll still be on the website. I just have to create your link for you. And thank you so much for that. Okay, next one. And let's see. I know I have a big one hanging out here, but I'm trying to remember where I put it. Okay, I'm going to deal with this one that's right in front of me. There's two of them that are just right here, and then we'll go on to that. And I haven't found my UV light yet either, which I am still looking for, because I still think it would be cool to check out the that cool cat's eye. All right. And so you guys probably have seen this on the website. This is a sunstone that I faceted with the Trillion Triopic Blast cut, and it is a size 9. Because it is a sunstone, I can cut this so it can become smaller. And it might be able to get another maybe half size larger also. Could probably stretch it another half size. This sunstone, which is getting really, really washed out by my my light. I wonder if I direct it away, if we might get a little bit better of an idea. It's got a fairly rich Schiller presence. And so not only given certain directions are you going to see like a waft of Schiller across it, but also it gives it an overall blush body appearance. And this guy was marked from 150 to 115. And again, that's with no shipping. So nice price. And I like, again, if I could only just keep everything that I make, I would love to keep this one. We put that on. One of the things that I like about you'll notice that my style, I love to do either a 2-to-1 or a large to thin band style. The asymmetry, not only is it appealing, but it also helps with comfort. You know, you get a statement ring, but the whole thing isn't like huge on your finger. You know, you've got like dainty to bold, and this like both the agate and this one, you can wear it both ways, and so it looks great with, you know, the flat side of the triangle up, or if you want to flip it, you can flip it and wear it with um, the pointy side of the triangle up. And oftentimes that's just going to make it so, depending on what finger and which hand you're wearing it on, you see more of like the Schiller blast and all that kind of stuff. So that is that guy. And I wish I could cut it to make it bigger, but adding to a ring is a lot trickier than making a ring smaller. It's usually better to hammer it by a half size or make a new one if you're going to try to make something a whole lot bigger. It's dodgy. You can only stretch that fabulous silver so far. And so I do have, so that was 150, and that is marked down to 115. So if your mom has a size 9 finger, or if it's slightly bigger, or if it needed to be resized, I would be willing to resize that guy so that it found its new proper home. And size does matter. And this next one, another favorite of mine. This is a standard round cut, standard brilliant sunstone. There on the bottom, about, I would say, about a 5 millimeter cut stone there that I did. And of course I mined the sunstones. All the sunstones that you see are ones that Steve and I went and mined. And then this is actually a doublet opal that I did get from one of my favorite opal guys in Australia, Nick Hoops. And he was the one that did the doublet, and it's a blazer. He's out mining at this exact moment in time. And so you can wear it as an exclamation point, or you can wear it going this direction, just depending on which way you saw like the rolling brilliance of that that opal better. And this ring is it's right at like 6 to 6.25. Sorry, blurriness. And so the ring band I textured, and so that is like a pebble finish, and it diminishes to a smooth on the very back, and then it goes ahead and picks up the pebble finish again to kind of set off the interplay of the opal and the sunstone. I moved the one light away, and that didn't do it any good. Boy, you know, I'm so feeling like Kyle has so much of this dialed, you guys. There's so much to this. There, you're seeing the color a little bit better now. Maybe it was that glove. There we go. So anyways, gotta love the opals. And so that guy is marked down from 125, was 125, and it's 85. So if you've got a size 6 to 6.25, which I find you might want to even check this really quick. If you have a ring, see which one of your hands it fits better, because usually if I'm looking at a ring and it doesn't fit my right hand, it will fit my left hand. You know, and so oftentimes that's how I figure out where a ring is going to go. And so mark down from 125 to 85 for the sunstone, which is a champagne sunstone standard round brilliant facet. And then the opal doublet. Gorgeous, gorgeous work from Nick Hoops. And an all-around good guy. All right, so next up, we've got this guy. This is a doublet that I made myself, actually. It's a Lightning Ridge opal, and I just did it in a really simple hammered ring base. You know, the shank is hammered sterling silver, fine silver for all of the bezels. So everything that you see holding on to a stone on the website or here tonight is fine silver. And then I made this, and it's Lightning Ridge and Obsidian. So it's a doublet. I backed this bad boy up because it was more of a gel opal. And I will tell you that there is like this little smidgen. I think you can see it right now. Wait, yeah. Right where my pink fingernail is pointing, you see like a kind of like a little gold semicircle right there. That is there, and it's a blemish. And so I do want to be forthcoming, and that's why it just didn't appear on the website. I love this ring, but it's not perfect. And so I was unsure what I was going to do about that, but I love the ring. It's like it's super fun. It's super high dome. It's Oregon obsidian backing up this otherwise like super domey and pleasantly blue Lightning Ridge opal. And the blemish is not from a flaw in the opal. It's because of the marriage between the obsidian and the opal. And so this guy is a like super easy. It should be like $100, but I'm just asking 50 for it. That's it. And it is a size 8 on the button. And so I just figured, like it just doesn't want to sit here. And if somebody understands that, it's not like perfectly, perfectly perfect, they might enjoy it anyway. And so, okay, I missed a claim. I missed a claim. I missed a claim. Did Karen see Tiger's Eyes claim? No. You guys, I'm like, I'm new. I need to like, I need the upside the head, thing. And so, hey, is it Tiger Sunstone Star? Oh my gosh. Oh, did you really, Tiger Eye? Oh, I'm so happy that you're getting that. So the Sunstone Star ring is going to Tiger Eye. Is this what I understand? Yay! Karen, can you explain the free shipping again? Yeah, that's the promo code FREE in caps for free shipping on the checkout during the checkout. Tiger claims the Sunstone Star. I'm so excited. Okay, thank you guys. And somebody did talk about the free thing too. And so thank you. And thank you guys for like, you can just scream at me if I don't see something. Here I am just playing with other stones and stuff like that. Melissa, thank you. You're like jumping up and down. Did Karen lose her chat or something? No, she's just an Opaland, says Randy. And Randy was right. She's in the zone, the ozone. Thank you so much for that claim. Tiger, I can't tell you how happy I am that this is going to you. You are amassing, it's going to look great with your necklace. You're amassing a lovely collection, and I can't thank you enough. I love it. All right. Thank you, Tiger Eye. And so that, I feel like I should be saying like, that is in your box, but don't really have boxes, but there's like this lovely treasure trove of things that are going out. I really appreciate that. And so where was I? Yep. So here, I'm just going to pop this up on the top of the mountain here. That's the Lightning Ridge opal that I did do myself. And so size, what did I say? That was, I think it was a perfect size 8. And I don't know if I made it a little tag. And so it will sit up there with a number tag instead if somebody needs to yell at me about it. It'll be number 1. And thank you. It's hard to watch the chat and talk. It gives me anxiety. Oh, sorry, Jackie. Let's see. Do I have any that could be pinky rings? I might. Let me step up with like I have 3 more that are like Island of the Misfit toy ones that are not only good deals, but 2 of them are smaller and could be a good pinky ring. Wow, stuffed spinach and artichoke hearts. That sounds so good. Wrong chat, baby, but I'll take it. say foodie things to me, Lisa. I love it. Resort Dog, welcome in. I get anxiety over watching instead of working. I'm cooking dinner. Okay. I'm sorry about anybody's anxiety. I'll try to keep this as chill as possible and try not to miss any more of these claims so that everybody feels like comfortable and that everything is under control. I live in Bend. Oh my gosh, really? Oh, that's fantastic. Happy to support a fellow Oregonian. That's fantastic. Mademoiselle Bend, we cruise through there quite a bit. We got some family there, so all right. Well, we'll have to hang out at some point. Cheers to that. Yeah, we got Oregonans up in here, like Domcats. Like I'm not far away either. Edmund and Ben, just like they sort of touch in a way. I like never know when I'm leaving one and getting into the other. All right, and so we will go to what potentially could be pinky ring next. This, like I said, is like a bit of an Island of the Misfit toys situation. Already I've got fingerprints going on. So one of the reasons why I wanted to wear a glove, but at the same time, it might be totally throwing off my camera's colors, which is kind of funny. And I'll try not to make you all like motion sick. So this is a red sunstone, or like pinkish red. I would say that it's kind of like a coral. Sometimes it looks like strawberry, like if you get strawberry juice, like that kind of transparency red that isn't quite pink. So it's that color. I'm in love with this stone. It is an Oregon sunstone that I did mine, and I reached into what was a much, much larger stone, and I just plucked out the color. Now, the problem that went on with this stone is that after I was completely finished setting this thing, I did notice that a piece of the sunstone had decided to liberate itself. And 2 of the facets show, and they're not table facets. Let me catch the table in the light. You can see that it's not the table facets, but down further on the stone, a couple of the facets did cleave a little. And so I was like, what do I do with you? You're so pretty, but now you're not perfect. And, I like, when I'm live and selling to people, I can point things like that out to somebody that might like be interested in having, a piece because of its beauty, not because of its perfection. And yet I don't feel comfortable doing something like that online where somebody's just buying something off of the website that can't see it in its action like right now. And so it's up in the corner on the, like, if it would be about 10 o'clock, and you might even see a little ripple when I'm trying to catch the like right where the light is entering the stone. Right there is where it is. And so you can see it doesn't affect the beauty of the stone. It's a pretty thing, and yet it's not perfect. And so that all being said, you guys, this also should be a spendier thing, it being a red sunstone and everything. But I'm going to go ahead and part with this guy for $50 if you want a pretty little ring. And the reason why I was thinking pinky ring is because it's like a kind of a smaller stone. It's an 8. as far as the size goes, but it's like, like a little dainty. And this guy that I'm wearing here is same kind of story, beautiful stone, but I had a piece of the sunstone cleave off at polish time. And that is like the biggest heartache you'd ever have because you've done the whole thing and it's just so pretty. And then you're like, oh, and so at any rate, eight, $50. Um, it is a slightly cleaved little sunstone. And yeah, I have so many rubs because I saw scratches after I thought I was done. Yeah, exactly. It's just so hard to know what to do. Only 2 rings on the website, and one was already claimed. The other is the opal with the sunstone. Right. So these that I'm showing you right now were never added to the website because like I had my feelings about it. So pretty perfectly imperfect sunstone ring size 8, $50. Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, it's something that does happen, especially with the sunstones because they have the perfect two-way cleavage. They fracture just, if you finish your entire process, you're good. But you look at it wrong through the process, and it can go at any time. Just like the opals that I know some of us so love to play with, but you can be on the very, very last stage with like even an Australian opal and have like a nice little piece decide it wants to flay away. And so, yes, everybody give Melissa a great round of applause. She is doing such an enormously good job. And then the other really kind of fun little guy that I have that might make a decent pinky ring is although it's also an 8, is this little copper guy. I had a whole bunch of copper rings that I made because there were a whole bunch of people that wanted them for like I'm not saying that copper possesses medicinal value, but I know people that really do feel like it does, and they wanted to wear them on the digits that hurt. And so I made a bunch of these copper uh, rings. It's fine silver on the bezel. It's copper on the ring band itself. And this one's an 8. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just one that I have left over and just didn't put it on the website. That's a thunder egg agate. And so it's like that kind of waterline thunder egg beauty that happens. And so that light color would be like a peach common opal, and then it goes through kind of like a carnelian color and then some banding over on that side. And that little guy is $30. And so that's easy to get into. Nice little size 8. And if you're looking for a stack ring or a pinky ring or something like that, and that's the right size for you, then that would work out. And actually, I could make that smaller because it is agate, and agate usually is acquiescent to resizing, and I don't end up busting things. And so sunstones and agates do okay with resizing. It's the opals and things like that. I don't like to resize them at all. Sunstones can also get green and orange mix cut across the axis. Yeah, I'm working on. I've got some really pretty dichroic and other like polychrome stones that I haven't cut yet because they are they're special. And so I want to make sure that when I step up to them that I'm like that good. I'm that good of a faceter to be able to handle it. All right. And all right. And so Mademoiselle Jess would love to take the little guy. And so cute little size 8. Yep. And it was claimed. And yes, I did see it this time, guys. Yay, thank you. Even before I like my eyeballs scrolled down. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put that in not your box, but the pile which would represent your box, and get that out to you. We'll just have some emails going back and forth after this is over. Thank you so much for taking that. That's so great. And that is a thunder egg that was from Richardson's Rock Ranch. I mined it myself out in Richardson's Rock Ranch back when they allowed you to go on to the site and do it yourself. And so that's a special little stone, even though it's a teeny weeny, as a special guy. And so, well, the last ring that I have available tonight is this little guy here. It's an Antarsia that I did. And so this is actually a moss, this like chocolate moss agate on top that is impossibly dense. But you know, if you shine a bright light directly into it, then you would you can kind of see the mossing with the lighting the way it is right now. And so it's really neat. It's like a dark on dark stone, and then that's graveyard plume agate underneath. And this Intarsia is backed with our glass butte obsidian, and then I did do the border of the Intarsia with the sterling silver band across the top. Now this is an island of misfit. Yeah, those were the days, right, Mademoiselle? I miss going in there so bad. If I was if I wasn't a goody two shoes, I'd want to just break in there at night. But I bet you that emu would like just hunt you down. The reason why this didn't go up is there is like a kind of ugly bezel there. Let me see if I can't get that closer. And so this bezel, it's closed at the top, but it is kind of open at the bottom, an ugly bezel. If an ugly bezel isn't something that ruins, the whole rest of the beauty of this piece to you, then this piece might be for you. Like I said, I love like a 1 to 2 style ring shank because it affords a lot of comfort when you are wearing like a ring with a bigger footprint like this, but don't want like the bigger band. It's comfortable without being a whole lot of silver to sweat underneath or whatever, if you know what I'm talking about. And so this guy, I know I love the 2-to-1 bands, Melissa. You can see that that's like a theme that I just always keep on going back to. And so I can't remember if I sized this guy for us or not. This looks like just shy of an 8. And so I'd say like 7 3/4 to 8. Probably could like hammer that to a perfect 8 if you felt like it really needed to be. Lots of really interesting contrast in that plume agate there. Hopefully that's coming through. And so this guy would be 65 for the just not the very very best bezel closing, but fine silver and sterling silver. And I did create that Intarsia gemstone, which I absolutely adore. And so it's kind of been hanging out, wondering what its fate was going to be. And so that guy is 65. And we'll just put that there. And let's see. Wonder how much they will sell Richardson's Ranch for someday. Yeah, I know. I wonder how many people are hanging out like vultures, wondering and ready. Barely busted bezel, awesome Intarsia ring, 65. Yeah, 7 3/4 to 8. Perfect. Thank you so much for that. And so that's those are the rings. Like I said, I would even pop that up, but I like the the flay that came off of this guy is a little bit bigger than the flay that came off of the other one. I just don't feel comfortable parting with stuff that, you know, if you found like, oh, you know, that's not quite, that's like, I want a faceted gem to be like superbly perfect, then it wouldn't be the best. And so really quick before we move on to the last thing, which is the bracelets that we got to see, I think for the most part last week. I wanted to put the hair sticks out because I totally forgot them last time. And so we have these hair sticks. You guys probably haven't seen these. I made 2 pair, and 1 pair I wore in my Makers Challenge video. They are carved cinnabar that I bought in Tucson at the Tucson Gem Show, probably like, I don't know, in the early 80s or early 90s. And so they're super cool carved beads, and they are capped with ebonized or like burnt coconut that they make the beads out of. And then it's a hardwood dowel that is creating the rest of the hair stick that is gently shaped at the ends. These are $30 with the free shipping. And so just wanted to show those off. I can't mark those down any more than they just already kind of are hanging out at, because once shipping, like that's kind of the discount right there, because that's $10. And so they're like, all I would be making from them is 20. And then after the fees from like PayPal and my website, that's probably more like 15 or whatever. And so I just can't go any farther than that. And so anyways, those will be number 4 cinnabar and coconut crazy hair sticks. Hey Kyle, how's it going? Thank you. Oh, an OG. I've been around for a couple minutes. And so yeah. I'll take the OG. I don't use any of the other words that go with having age behind them. And so these are some leopard jasper and some beautiful yellow jasper, and like it's kind of more jasp agate, that agate. Beautiful tones that pick up the wood tone of the hardwood. Again, we see the coconut. So we've got the jasper, the leopard jaspers, those little guys up at the top. And the way that I finish these hair sticks, y'all, I got some hair. And so I love, putting my hair up with the hair sticks. There's always a couple pairs, around the house or in my purse. I finish them with walnut oil. And so they'll finish off even more as you wear them. They'll go ahead and take on your own, but they are super smooth, and it's the food safe stuff. So, it's all good. It's all healthy and wholesome. And so those are gonna knock everything about on my little piece of petrified wood here. Put the one there. And those jaspers will be number 5. And everybody's saying hi to Kyle. We all miss you. You know that. Just had to load a truck full of trash and get stuff ready for repairs. Oh my goodness. That sounds like not so much fun for being on your day off. Are these golden jasper hair sticks on the website? Okay, so the cinnabar ones are not on the website, but the golden jasper ones are. And so you can just pop up the link. $30. Use the happy little for free promo code at checkout. And we have these red jasper, super fun V's. Again, OG. These are from Tucson from forever ago, with hematite little beads. I used to call them caviar beads. I used to use them so much in all kinds of different jewelry. So I did a lot of beaded work back in the day. And these are those coconuts again. And then again the hardwood dowels that are finished, and all of them, they're finished off at about 6 inches. And so an overall length of the hair stick is going to be about 6.5 inches to like 7 inches. And that's plenty of room for you to gather your hair well into them, and still have the cool stuff sticking out the top, but not so much that they're like poking you in the neck or anything like that. So we'll stick those guys there, and those guys will be number 6. I got one more pair, and then we're done with hair sticks. And I can put the little 6 right there. And make sure I'm not missing anything. Where did I learn? Self-taught. Oh, thank you so much for one thing. One of the things that I love about our community particle accelerator of creativity is that we all learn from each other. And you guys know you can learn so much from YouTube. But I got to say, I'll do this really quick. Hi. My mom actually really did. She was so formative for me as far as when I was learning, when I was super small. And what my mom was up to was just making those, like take a piece of wire, throw some beads on it, and then make the loops and, make bracelets and anklets and necklaces and things like that out of it. Well, I was like 5 or 6, and she was, throwing all those things at me like, here, go, and I used to love just sorting beads and stuff like that. And as I grew older, and it was time to say, learn soldering, my grandfather put a soldering torch in my hand for the first time when I think I was 7. He had a machine shop in Wyoming, and he had a jewelry studio. His secret little garden of jewelry passion was upstairs on top of his machine shop. And I made a turquoise ring then. And so between my grandfather and my mom, they really nurtured the love of rock hounding, and also were very generous guides as far as learning silversmithing. And my grandfather, when he was still alive, may he rest in peace, used to, when we were heading out to Tucson and I was young, and I actually, like, I do the Marin, rather, no, it's not Santa Rosa either. I'm thinking of the other M word that's like right there on the bay of San Francisco Bay Area. I'll think of it. But at any rate, like gem shows, we'd get ready to go, and he'd slip like $100 in my pocket or $200 in my pocket, because he knew, as a beginner, it's so hard to get into it. And so, at any rate, I had some really incredible support back when I was trying to run up and get going. And so I love sharing because, as we were saying during our creative discussion, we all stand on each other's shoulders. And so, for me to learn, I stood on my grandfather's shoulders and my mom's shoulders, and there were many people that would show me this little thing or that little thing, or gave me supplies, or you guys all know, because you're experiencing that right now through our community, like, oh, I have extra this, and like, boom, it's in the mail and somebody else ends up with it. And I love it. So we all stand on each other's shoulders, and we all learn from each other. And I love what Rocky said. I just hate to take it to the grave, something that you could share with somebody else, like this knowledge or something. And so, anyways, yeah, that is how I got into this crazy jewelry business. And I'm also a painter. I had an art gallery. I played. My mom is a professional artist her whole life for her profession. So I was lucky. I had some really, really good creative people around me that shared. So what we have here are moss agates, and They are topped with some of that beautiful leopard agate. And these are fun because, they're see-through. So if they get the backlight, I'm going to blind you guys again just so that we can gratuitously, yay. So if the sun's shining on your hair sticks, then you've got like these fantastic forms happening. How cool. And so you've got the leopard jasper on the top and the coconut on the bottom. And like I said, this is old stock that I would have picked up like a long time ago. I was going through a bunch of my stuff and I was like, oh man, I should make hair sticks out of these fun, like, odd beads that I have hanging out here and there, made from fun stones. And then I actually got some amethyst that I'm going to make into some hair sticks here soon from Kyle, because I was like, yeah, maybe I need some new stuff to play with too. I needed more amethyst in my life, and so I did load up on that. I think it might have been when it was amethyst month, because I love Kyle for that. And so moss agates hanging, awesome moss sauce, right? That's hilarious. And those would be, I guess we're on lucky 7 for the moss agate hair sticks, and then we'll go and finish off with a lightning round of bracelets. And yeah, Lisa, right? Oh my gosh, I live in Portland. The sun doesn't shine here. Yeah. I I just saw a post from somebody who was like, "How are you enjoying your 5th winter?" Yeah, because that's so how it feels. Oh my gosh. You could sell these like crazy, NJT. I'm happy to pass you a few store names. Oh, okay. Sure. Actually, whoops. It just slid up right when I went to pop on there. We'll talk on the email. I appreciate that. I'm trying actually to get a body of work together, because I had a request from a gallery, and I'm barely keeping up with my own stuff with custom orders and whatnot. But I feel like it would be good to have kind of a presence. I haven't had my stuff in galleries since I closed my own here. And so, and then, there was the whole COVID thing. And so like, I should probably get back out and all that. But there's a certain amount of bliss to just doing your own thing and doing your own uh, custom orders and all that. It's super. And let's see. Uh, Rufo's here. Excellent. Yeah, we gotta love these Oregonians running about amok without any kind of tans on their skins. All right, and so I'm just gonna wrap these guys up. They're all on the website, other than the carnelian, or rather the cinnabar pair. And you can always either hit me up on the contact from the website, is the same exact one that I've been popping up here during this live stream. It all goes right to my ears. And so any of this stuff that you saw tonight that isn't on the website, feel free to, you can either screenshot it, or you can just ask me on email, like I said again, and we can chit chat about it. For it shall probably remain not on the website if it wasn't there already, except for some of those earrings. I think some of the earrings still need to be added, and will be. And so we have the final chapter. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Looks like a sushi tray of fun copper things. And so what we have here are the cuffed bracelets that I went over on the first night. And these are all within, I would say, medium small to medium large. And I'll just show them all at once. And then, oh, that one's not supposed to be part of the group. That's mine. And what I wanted to show you guys, like this for example, is one of the medium, let's say kind of medium large, but I wanted to add about these guys that I didn't mention during the first one. Was you need floaties. Yeah, I hear that. Any Cinnabar tea stirs. Oh yeah. And Lady Green Eyes, good to see you. Thank you for coming. These can be made smaller. They just can't be made larger. And so if you have a very small wrist, I meant to say that to Jenny. Jenny was asking about like the sizes. These are all embossed with the leaf, and so you can kind of see, or rather, I'm sorry, the hydrangea blossom. See if I can't get that back into focus. And then the liver of sulfur is used for to bring out the texture and contrast. And these are a heavy gauge. They started off as, I believe, 16 gauge. And you can see that they were work hardened and hammered after the milling. And I absolutely love, like, you know, it's contemporary tribal or whatever vernacular you love to use. This particular stone here is actually um, some of the kind of blue Hawaii, Oahe, but not from where you get blue Oahe. And it's from rhyolite. And I wanted to show you what some of the mother stone looks like. This stuff is so delicious. And so these little globules up here, sometimes they are thunder eggs. And they can range from green to purple material and like cruise through eggplant and mauve colors. And that's basically what happened in this guy. Let me see if I can't get that into, there we go. And so you've got like some nice agate up top that's kind of blues and whites. And then you've got the rhyolite on the bottom for this guy. And like I said, the way that you can size, like these being cuffs, you can kind of close it on your wrist so that it fits a little bit better and open it a little bit when you take it on and off. And if you needed a smaller size, the easy peasy thing for me is just to cut the, you know, the two sides down a little bit and then round out the edges, and bada boom, bada yours. And so this is the thunder egg and hydrangea copper cuff, and it is marked down to 55. And like I said, if you need it, I can size it down, can't size it up. And I believe this guy was measured to be about 6 inches on the inside. And you just want to make sure that you, like, if you are measuring your own wrist, that you have about an extra half inch, you know, allowance. And so this actually fits me kind of on the sloppy side unless I close it down. And so my wrist is, I think, either 6 or 6.5. And so you can see, you know, it's about 6 inches, and that half inch is what's still open. So I can kind of close it down and make it fit. But I'd probably, you know, go with something that was more along the lines of this guy, which is about 5 and a half-ish. This is the pink graveyard point, and it's fortification agate. You can see some of the fortification going on up there at the top of the stone relative to the way that I'm holding it. And then it kind of cruises down to that very blush kind of ballet slipper pink. And this one took a great amount of texture. And so it's interesting. Each roll, you kind of, you know, some of them get deep, deep, deep texture, and some of them it's a little bit more you know, faint or what have you. This one really took a lovely, like there's a stem right there. Let me get there. Just really, really neat details in this one. And so, like I said, this one I would say is solidly a medium. like, and could be sized to be a small, and like pretty much fits me perfectly just as is. And it being in like going into spring, it's so nice to have bracelets to wear with your short sleeves or your tank tops and stuff like that. I don't wear bracelets hardly at all all winter long, but spring comes and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can show off my wrists. So let me put, we've got, I don't know where number 1 went, so we'll put number 2 is the thunder egg from the Oahe, kind of Steens Mountainy area, down in there. And then we are missing number 3 too. Interesting. So we'll use number 4 for the pink graveyard point. Or you can just call it by name. Or you can go over there and just kick it. See link above for Thunder Egg bracelet for this bracelet. Got it. Awesome. You know it's summer when the wrists come out. Yeah, right. Nice. Only for special agents with a license to kill. I love it. All right. And this guy's hanging out. Oh, I should probably do the last cuff. Last cuff is Graveyard Point Plume Agate, and this one's a stunner also. It's like a root beer Graveyard Point plume with some really, really nice kind of yellow to white pluming through it, and just a ton of contrast. Really, really pretty stone. And mounted it on, this one's like kind of one of the more sort of just gentle or graceful embossings of the hydrangea. And I would say that this one's a more kind of like a medium large. And so I like it. I could definitely see like a dude wearing this or anybody. And so I would have to like pull the cuff together to have this fit right. Otherwise, this is definitely on the big side. I think it measured like 6 and some change. And so definitely, if you have a smaller wrist, I could size it down, or it would be good for somebody who's got like a bigger wrist. And they're all the same price. And so thank you for tossing that on. I did bring, there's this little guy. Remember how I was talking about the Richardson's Rock Ranch Thunder Egg Glory? This is kind of some of the material that I was talking about that has the pink or the peach common opal that goes into the agate. And you can see the stratification of like, waterline kind of appearance there. This one broke open and it had those like fantastic bots that were reaching across the void like stalactites. I just love that one. And so that is from back in the day, again, when they used to let you in. This was from the blue bed, and we found a bunch of pink opal in the blue bed that day. And that was a fun time. And who would know, looking at the back, that it had such crazy fun inside. All right, and so those are the cuffs, and then I also have this guy who is the same kind of rhyolite as that cuff. And so the Oahe stuff that is a little druzy pocket down at the bottom, and it's that bluish tinted agate that's so pretty, and then it's almost like paisley-esque as far as that sweep of the kind of eggplant and mauve colored rhyolite that cruises through the upper region there, and free form cab held together, of course, with the fine silver. And then each one of these links has the textures of the hydrangea and the treatment of the patina on the back side. It is finished thusly, so nice and smooth with the links. It's a hook and loop closure. see if I can get that. There we go. And so easy, easy on and off. Um, and this is a medium-sized bracelet. So I believe that the exact length is on the website. This is linked on the website. And again, very kind of contemporary, tribal, rusticy, but kind of streamlined, which gives it a little bit more of a contemporary feeling to it. Yeah, copper and silver, freeform, fun, articulated. You can see the hammering creates all of the articulated pieces are gently curved so that they hang out on your wrist nicely. And so that is, I believe it's marked down from 85. That's and Melissa has popped up the link over there. Thank you. Um, and Bonnie's Blue Bed. Yep, you got it. You're an OG too, aren't you? Nice, nice, Mademoiselle. Oh, thank you, James Loves Rocks. That is so sweet. I really, really appreciate that. I'm hoping that y'all are just enjoying like having sparkly Eiffels to look at. This is supposed to be just a hangout, and if you have questions, ask them and chit chat. It's a hangout. It's hopefully we're all just winding down from crazy weekends and just hanging out with friends and having a good time. Thank you. Oh, you just changed your name from Awake Loner. Okay. James Loves Rocks. It's so good to know your name too. Yay, James. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. And so that little guy, since I'm missing numbers, I've squirreled them away someplace weird. So that will be number 8. Got number 4 over here, the pink graveyard point agate. And we have number 2 over here, the other rhyolite that has the kind of Owyhee blue in it that isn't quite, it's Eastern Oregon blue. And then we have the graveyard point root beer guy. And gotta have, it's funny, like where did my numbers go? I didn't lose my marbles, I lost my numbers. There we go. We have number 6, we'll use that. So we have all just even numbers. And then this is the very last of the Viking weave bracelets that we were generating for our tutorial on Viking weave. And so this guy is a size medium, and shoot, I think it was just exactly 6 inches, I want to say. Or no, it might have been 6.5 because it fits me. So let's get this bad boy up here just for a second, and we shall measure it. Okay, so a total, yes. So this is a total of actually more along the flavor of 9 inches. And for that, I would still call it a medium because it fits like a banglet, and we did cover that. So it kind of goes around your wrist, and because it has its own body to it, it will kind of, once you get it fastened, it will just kind of ride around your wrist like a bangle bracelet. And so these are kind of meant to fit a little bit on the looser side. And you can see how that would look if I got that bad boy on. So, and I think I had these on for 45, just to make up for the time that it takes to make them. And so it's been finished with a liver of sulfur, and it's the copper wire gauge. I believe I used 24 on this guy, and then a hook and loop closure. And actually you've got 3 loops on, or 3 rings on the closure, so you can actually have it be adjustable by about a half of an inch there if you chose the first one, or if you chose the third one. That's a little variability. And let's see. Sandmaker likes the better name, James. Nice. And given all the beautiful rocks at your disposal and your amazing talent, have you ever considered a piece of that married opal and obsidian like yin yang? Oh, like do an intarsia of obsidian and opal. I would love to do that. That would be a super duper super extra double super fun thing to do. Did I make that emphatic enough? I would love to do that. These are the creative things that I want to do more of. And I think Theo and I are always kind of commiserating to each other in the like the deep night, like around 1 o'clock or whatever. Um, what creative thing are you doing right now, and what are you supposed to be doing that you're not? Like, it's so there's so many of these things. Like, do I want to facet? Do I want to do intarsia? Do I want to make cabochons? Do I want to Viking weave? Do I want to cast? I mean, I all that sand casting that I did for Makers Challenge not too long ago. I miss doing it. And so there's our little Viking weaver guy there. I'll just put number 1 on that since I did just find number 1. Yeah, and so I love that idea, Cheryl, and I would love to love to make that. And it looks like Jeff is on their way out, so thank you for coming by, Jeff. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I would love to get to that project, Cheryl. You might see that happen very soon if I can carve out the time and those shapes. And let's see. Here's this. Karen, your designs for your jewelry are unique and gorgeous. My daughters are going to love the jewelry. Thank you so much, Rosie, for your support. And I can't wait for them to have it. That'll be super fun. And yeah, Jackie is absolutely right. Karen's answer to all is yes. Yes. I want to do it all. And it's just that there's like hardly any time for everything. I want to get really, really good at faceting. And so I feel like I should just like put everything else down and only do faceting for a while. But then, I miss the metal smithing, and these jewels need to go into their settings, and you want to stay fresh with knowing how to do that stuff. So you don't want to let too much dust settle on your torch. And but you guys are so inspiring and so supportive. I really, really appreciate all of your great comments, your great ideas, like Cheryl's, your support monetarily. You guys definitely are helping for me to be able to afford. Not only I need to make a Rio Grande order, and that silver is so expensive right now, but also we're trying to plan trips right now to go get some fire opals and also some more sunstones. And so you guys are so making that stuff happen. I really want you guys to know that it's important, and it goes to a very, very good place. It's all going to rocks, guarantee you. It just goes right back into the studio. There's like no other place for it to land. And so I thank you all for like I said, your inspiration and everything. And let's see. I'm just coming down. This is interesting. I would love to see what you could come up with doing lost wax casting using. Yeah, I know. Boy, that's a process. And so yeah, you kind of have to have like the right gear for it. But I love carving. And so, I've thought about that, the wax carving to make the lost wax casting. Did a little bit of that like way back. I didn't take any jewelry classes in school. I did have one class where we got to do some lost wax casting, and I absolutely adored it. Meanwhile, you can carve something, say, into wood and do a sand cast out of it, or I think you can even kind of use wax in the sand casting too. You just don't lose it. And so yeah, and I'm just gonna point the finger right back at you. I would love to see what you would do too. Let's do it. So thank you for that. Um, and let's see. Somebody's talking about cabs. Melissa's saying I don't cab stuff either right now, but I bet Karen could. I do cab. Um, I've done it and I will do more. Yes, Joseph is so true. Yeah. It's just like, trying to choose children to love. I'm sure you guys all feel it, it's like, "Oh, I've got this few hours or a day or whatever. Which thing do I play with?" I always, joke about, like, learning a new thing in the studio, be it, say, casting or learning to facet or learning to cab or learning to do a new, jewelry design or, a new clasp design. It's like having new puppies to play with. And now who's going to get the attention and who's not going to get the attention? It can be overwhelming. Thank you for that though. And Resort Dog is probably right about this. Silver won't be getting cheaper. Oh man, I remember when it was like I remember when I felt like 18 was a lot to spend. And just in the last month it's gone over 28 once. And I think it went back down, but boy, we want UFOs. um yeah, that sounds like fun to do. And let's see. Yeah, just if you've got if you got ideas for me, I love that sort of. That's what I was saying with the creative night on Friday. It's all like particle acceleration for your brain, and all these minds getting together and having cool ideas and stuff that you might have never thought of before, but maybe you have the capability, or somebody else has an idea and you have the capability that you can tell them how to do it, or any of that stuff. It's so much fun. And I'm not doing 5 more hours, Kyle. I'm done. I stick a fork in and I'm about ready to go have a nibble of dinner and probably like face plant into a pillow. And Melissa loves making space jewelry. Yeah, she does. Or she does make space jewelry, and go check out her Etsy for sure. Hey, Melissa, you can share a link if you've got one. Share a link on the chat so that Mademoiselle Jess can go check it out. Rocky, me and my big mouth. Yeah, now you got to do it too. I'll pull you right down into that rabbit hole along with me, right? Um, yeah, yeah, Melissa, share it for sure. She wants the link. Okay, you guys. UFO made of opal, thunder egg, agate, and obsidian, a necklace pendant. Oh my gosh, that would be insane. Okay, you've planted the seed. I'm gonna have to like ruminate. I'm gonna have like weird dreams tonight over making some crazy stuff. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. Okay, 3 more hours, says Kyle. Oh my gosh. You're my other shoulder devil. I've got the Theo on the one side and the Kyle on the other side. Oh boy. Yes, please. Yes, Melissa. Post it, post it. Okay, she did. Excellent. Okay, you guys. I really, really appreciate you guys joining me for this wonderful time looking at jewelry and chatting about rocks and super good ideas. And I believe that Kyle is going to be back next week. Kyle, are you going to be back next week? And of course, we have Allison Prairie Rocks going on Wednesday for our coffee in the morning. I absolutely love that. And then Josh has Tomcat Josh has the evening edition on Wednesdays, the hump day kind of like sunset hangout. That he usually does. And so that's in the early evening, usually around like 5 or something like that. And so you want to definitely be keeping an eye out for that. And Rufotris, do you have anything that's coming up? Or Jackie, are you going to be doing some lives? And Travis, it's good to see you. Welcome in. I suspect maybe you've been working or lurking for a bit, and I appreciate it. And he wants you to make sure to not forget to save the turtles. We need to save the turtles. Absolutely. And let's see. What do we have here? Joseph says, Karen, you are a natural spokesperson and great at what you do. Thank you so much. Designing and all. I really appreciate that. Sometimes when we're here on the one side of it, as Kyle knows, as all y'all who have been doing the lives know, like it's so one-sided. You hope that everybody is chatting away in the chat and having a good time, and that you're getting her done. And so I really, really appreciate the feedback that is coherent, and are enjoying your time here. I enjoy you guys all coming in and hanging out. Thank you, Twister, for coming and hanging out as well. Hope to see a live from you here soon. That would be good. Always a good time. And James, thanks for coming and hanging out. I hope that everybody, and oh, Allison wants me to buy that ombre wire. I know. I think I just got a little ahead cash wise, and so I probably will be able to afford it. Thank you, Allison. You keep on nudging me, and I'll get it. Cindy, thank you so much. In her very best Carol Burnett voice, I'm so glad we had this time together, right? And so cheers to you, Melissa. Everybody, a big applause to Melissa, top shelf mod this evening, putting all of the chats up, or rather all of the links up in the chat. Oh boy. And Allison for being the awesome quick draw McMod. And thank you for joining Rocky, and of course, Tomcat, Josh, and Jackie. Thank you so much. And I'll bet you we see you live. She says that she never knows what she's doing, but really, really do hope. That's such a good time, Jackie. I love going through your rocks with you. And she's been doing sales, like, so you can help her like not have so many rocks if you want. And Cheryl, thank you. It would be great to see you go live as well. And Rolling Rocks, thank you so much for popping in. Really appreciate it. Oh, thank you so much, Rolling Rocks. Yay. I'm so glad. Thank you. It's going to be fun to go over to my email and go onto the website. And I'm going to try to get everything into the mail like tomorrow, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday at the latest. I'll probably be packaging everything in phases and getting things out, just dependent on how easy or whatever. And I'll like pop into the little description box where you're checking out if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see in your box, as far as like, I'm going to toss some fun little extras in. And so let me know what kinds of things you like. And so again, thank you, Rolling Rocks. I so appreciate that. And thank you, Lisa Steinkern. She's like, she's holding that mug for so long, Steinkern already. Oh, you guys are all fantastic. Thank you, Resort Dog, for being here. And it has some suggestions for anxiety we want to try to avoid. And so to you, Steinkern, let's all drink. To your health, to a great week ahead, to not so much anxiety and way, way, way more creativity. Really appreciate you all. And so I will send you out with a little something, something. And of course, there will be a need for additions here on this wonderful full list. And so enjoy it tonight. And the next time, I'll bet you if you're not there, you are there next time. Thank you.